Hi, my name is Matthew, and today I'm going to be talking about clarinet assembly. So we're going to be looking at 5 things today. The clarinet comes in 5 different parts. We have the mouthpiece, the barrel, the bell, the upper joint, and the lower joint. For now, at the moment, when you're normally doing this, you kind of want to have either the clarinet set in your lap right here, or you want it on a flat surface. But for now, for the demonstration, I'm just going to have it right here and show you what I'm doing. So right now we're going to start with the bell and our lower joint. So our lower joint is going to be the lower part of the clarinet, and that's where the bell is going to connect to, and we're going to hold it with the right part of our hand like this, or you can hold it however really, and we don't want to push in like that because that wears down the cork over time. So for now, always make sure you have a full grip on it and you're just going to turn and push in at the same time, because if you push in really fast, that tends to wear down the cork, and corks nowadays cost like $20 to $15 just to replace every single time, and something you kind of want to avoid. But once you have the bell onto the lower joint, we're going to grab the upper joint. I like to have the keys spaced out like this because I feel it's a good grip. Like, let's say our corks are a little dry at the moment, or we're having a hard time putting it on. You can just have a full grip like this around the keys around here, and this won't mess with any bend work, so you're able to get a better grip. And same thing with the lower joint. I like to grab it right here with the keys facing towards my palms. So a very important tip about putting these two parts together is right here. Right here we have this upper part of the joint that's going to connect with our lower joint. And so if you look at our lower joint, it's going to rest on top of this right over here. So it's a very important part that the keys are facing out or west from the palms. And we're going to use one of our fingers and we're going to press down this pad right here. And what that's going to do, it's going to lift up this upper part right here, allowing it to rest on top of this upper part of the lower joint right here. So I'm going to demonstrate right now. And again, we don't want to push. We kind of want to turn as we're pushing in. So it's going to be kind of hard to see, but if you can see right here, that upper part, there's sometimes on some clarinets, most of the time on buffets or Yamahas or Selmers, there will be 2 lines to kind of help you guide it, where we kind of want to just get it in the middle of that piece. It's just a good rule of thumb. Make sure it's not like lopsided right here, resting on one side more than the other, or going like that. We kind of just want it right in the middle right there. And what that essentially does is that when we're playing clarinet, when we press down this key right here, it makes this pad also go down as well, and that's used for alternate fingerings that we use for difficult passages. And overall, if you're playing lower notes in the register, or you're playing notes in the clarinet register that make you want to press these keys down, if this is not fully closing because it's not lined up, it will affect the sound and you'll have air leakage, and that will cause more air in your sound rather than having more pure tone of clarinet. But once you feel confident that you have this lined up right here, I kind of like to go right here and just like look at it and make sure it's lined up. Then make sure you're doing it correctly. If you press down on the key or any one of these keys on the lower joint, these tone holes right here, and you kind of just press down, if you feel like there's room to press down right here as you're having these keys held down, like if there's room, that basically means that it's not lined up and that you need to line it up in a position where this is going to fully close when you push these keys down. So like right here, obviously it's not going to go down because it's off it, but once you put it down like that and it raises it up, it should line up like that. So once you're confident in that, we're going to go ahead and go right into the barrel right here. So you have the lower part of the barrel and the upper part of the barrel. You'll kind of tell once you have the clarinet in person, once you purchase it, you'll see, where it's bigger and where it's not. If you do opposite, obviously it's not going to fit. But again, this is very simple. There's not really a lot to do. If you want, you can line up the logos if you have the logos in your clarinet. We're just going to do the same motion where we don't push in, we're just going to turn. So now we're on the last part, we're on the mouthpiece. And on our mouthpiece right here, we have like the opening part where the reed's going to rest, this whole section where it's flat. You're going to want to line this up with what's called the register key. On our register key on the clarinet, it's going to be this key right here. And so when you're putting it on right here, you kind of want this part to line up with this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And again, we're not going to push down, we're going to turn and push while we're doing it. And so I kind of go like this, see if it's up on. And this right here should be lined up with the register key, so that when you play like this, it should be all in a natural, comfortable position. So now that we have our clarinet fully put together, let's say we want to take it apart now. You start from the top to the bottom, and when we want to put it together, you start from the bottom to the top. So we're going to start with our mouthpiece, and instead of you know, you still don't want to like pull out like that. You want to turn and pull, always turn when you're trying to take these apart. We're gonna grab it from here, and like you don't want to grab it in uncomfortable positions where like the keys are opening up a lot, because that might cause key benchage. So I kind of grab it right here and wrap my hands all the way around, and then I just turn and then I pull off. And then right here, anytime you're dealing with the upper joint and the lower joint, you always want to make sure you're pressing down this key right here. This is going to be our D or our A natural key right here, and we're just going to press down so that lifts up that little bridge that connects to our lower joint, and we're going to grab it from the bell, and again we're going to just turn off like that. And then same thing lastly on our lower joint and our bell, we're just going to have a full grip typically over the keys. You want to make sure you're not pressing anything too down hard, and we're just going to turn and pull. So now our clarinet is fully put away. This is how I like to run my process between putting my instruments together and taking it apart. And I hope this video has helped you a lot, and happy playing.